Hi, my name is Albert,
And I'm Rana.
and you are watching RnAbuzz.
So tonight we're going to be talking about United Airlines, and most of you probably already know about the United Airlines scandal that happened with the dog recently. So I did a little bit of research and I found about a lot more things that we don't know about.
Yeah, I can't wait to show you guys what we just found out. The first topic that we're going to talk about is the recent one about the dog that was put in the overhead compartment of the plane and later suffocated and died. Basically, it says the flight attendant forced the customer to put her dog in the overhead bin, causing the dog to suffocate and die. What do you think about that, babe?
No one can force me to put my dog up there. That's
Yeah.
not happening. I'm leaving.
Man,
I'm leaving. And if we're already flying and we're on our way, I would ask her to go up there and try. I wouldn't put my dog up there. It's not happening. You can't force me to.
I think personally that both parties are to blame. I think the woman has the owner of the dog needs to be blamed for this, and the attendants needs to be blamed because since we weren't really there, we can't really we don't really know what happened. But if somebody tells me to put my dog in a compartment with no oxygen going to the dog, I mean, just
Think about it.
think about it. The dog is gonna die. And apparently the dog was barking for 30 minutes. And after
What?
30, yeah, the dog was barking for 30 minutes. And after 30 minutes, the dog stopped barking. And when reached for questioning, the flight attendant said she had no idea that the bag that the dog was in, she didn't know that it had a dog in it. So I'm like, so where was the barking coming from?
Well, another source actually says that the owner told her there's a dog in there, and she still asked her to put it in there.
Yeah.
So, you know,
So I think honestly on this one,
and if
Both
you hear
parties-
your dog barking for 30 minutes, you're not gonna check on your dog because people open those bins
yeah.
as soon as we take off. Like people
Right.
start opening, taking things down,
Down.
putting things up. But you didn't think about it even though your dog was barking for 30 minutes? Like, that pisses me off.
Yeah, I think both, and this one had to be blamed. So the next story that we're going to talk about is obviously the one that has made this one guy popular. You know, airport security forced a customer off a plane. Now, the customer's name was the infamous and famous David Dow, you know, a physician from Kentucky. As you know, the man was told to leave his seat and he refused, and he was forcefully dragged right off the plane. I mean, they put the ass whooping in ass whooping when they were taking this guy off the plane. What do you think, man?
When you get a ticket, it actually says that they have the right to remove you,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So,
I,
but at the same time, he also paid for a seat. He didn't just, you know. So you can't do what you did. Like whatever it is, it doesn't make it right.
but here's the thing, though. On every ticket you buy, there's a disclaimer saying, because most airlines, especially United, they engage in something called overbooking, which is they have the right to overbook their flights, and it says right there, and they have the right to actually make you leave your seat, but they have to give you something to replace that seat, as in a voucher, a free airplane ticket for the next day. You need to be taken care of. But I guess
But he was taken care of. Like they offered him 800
well, they offered him 800
and a free trip.
and a free trip, but he refused to take it, saying, "I paid for my flight. I'm not gonna get off." So what do you think? Do you think?
They could have offered more.
Yeah, I mean the limit was 1,300 that they could have, 1,350 that they could have offered.
Yeah.
But for some reason they didn't offer that. For some reason, I think that was an oversight on United's part, and I think they ended up paying for it because stocks from United dropped the next day. Like they literally lost millions. Over over something so little.
Over $500. Literally, they could have added $500.
Yeah, literally something like,
Someone would have said yes.
yeah, someone would have said yes, and they wouldn't have had to go through all of this, right?
Yeah. Technically, he will get, he will get his flight the next day. He will get another, flight for free, another trip for free, and he will get $1,350. I mean, I would do it.
Yeah. I mean, if you heard this story during the media, I mean, all you saw were just video cameras and, and they made it seem like United was like this evil corporation just kicking people off the plane for no reason. So next time you hear a story, kids, always check the facts. Always go back and do some research.
But that doesn't make them right. So.
I don't think they're right, but I do see, now the story makes more sense, because if you hear the news, you think, oh, they just fucking whooped his ass and just threw him off the plane, But now I understand.
Technically, it's true.
Yeah, they did, but
Honestly,
they had a reason.
Honestly, if I pay for my ticket, even if you offer me $1,350, if I have to be somewhere and I don't want to move, you should, be okay with me staying and talk to someone else.
True. But
why him? Why him?
But the ticket has a disclaimer on it. Even though you're purchasing this ticket, there is a possibility that you're gonna have to give up your flight. And when you sign up to buy the ticket, I mean, you accept those terms and
if it was your business, wouldn't you rather go ask someone else?
Yeah. Anyways, that's what we have to say for that topic. The next topic: a girl was banned from a United flight for wearing leggings. I mean, the first two stories, I was like, okay, cool, fine, whatever's, faults. They have like United was at fault, people were at fault. They both had 50% responsibility. I mean, this one was just kind of purely retarded. I mean, like, why would you bar a teenage girl from wearing leggings? I mean, that made no sense to me.
Yeah, I should be able to wear whatever I want to. If I want to go on the plane with a bikini, then that should be fine.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, not a bikini, but you know what I mean. You know what she means.
If you're going on a vacation and you want to leave on a bikini, go on through. And you should have all the rights. I paid for my ticket.
Sure.
It's as simple as that.
Sure. I mean, like, but I think for this one, United, you messed up. The next one, a scorpion stung a passenger. Okay.
How did he get on the plane?
Yeah, did he buy a ticket? I don't know how a scorpion would end up on a plane, but I mean, on this one.
Apparently, what United is trying to tell us is that our ticket doesn't really, it's bullshit.
Well, here's the thing. Here's how I see it,
Can
right?
kill your dog, can kick you off.
Right.
Can tell you not, we don't like what you're wearing, and we can put a scorpion there.
But honestly, the first two, kick you off. The dog dying, I mean, both. Kicking you off, both. Leggings, that's United's problem. Why? This one, a scorpion stung a passenger. I mean, if I book my flight on a airline cruise, I don't expect to get stung by nothing. I don't expect to get bit by nothing. I expect a long flight, sure. Uncomfortable seats, sure. I was asking for it. But getting stung, I mean, there was no fine print where it said you might get stung by a scorpion. So this one, United.
And he fell from the overhead.
And he, guys. I mean, I can't even. I mean, United, you have no claim on this one. Like, you at fault. The next story. A passenger was told he would be handcuffed if he didn't give up his seat. You see, this is another. This
is the first class seat.
Yeah, and this was the first class seat. So, Jeff Fons, president of the lucrative investment firm, purchased a $1,000 first class seat home from a conference in Hawaii. He boarded the plane without any issues and waited to take off. But as he was having a glass of juice A flight attendant told Ferns that he had to give up his seat for a more important customer, and that if he didn't, he'll be handcuffed and forced to leave. Ferns was eventually moved to economy class, where he sat between a married couple who was fighting and refused to sit next to each other. I mean,
That's what you get with that.
I mean, he paid an extra $1,000 to be in first class, and he got shafted. That to me, I feel is like, I think that's why United stocks are going down, because stories like this keep coming up. You know, they just keep, like, there's no reason. There's literally no reason for them to kick him off his seat. Just because someone else was important. Literally, he was the most less important person in the flight.
Well, first class, I guess. I mean, well, doesn't make sense. I can't even say anything about this because it's just stupid.
Oh yeah, I think this was dumb on United's part. I mean, like, but then again, they have.
The ticket doesn't matter.
Then again, it has that disclaimer, so you're like, I mean, it's a dumb rule, but it's like the disclaimer, you know. Sometimes we don't read the fine print, but this just teaches you. Every time you get something, always read the fine prints.
The whole thing's fried. I can't even. Oh, damn it! What the hell?
Hey, you clicked accept.
Because that might come to bite you in the ass.
Oh, the Scorpio?
Yeah. Unless a scorpion comes and bite you in the ass. Okay. So we're gonna do one final one. A Muslim woman was denied a soda can because she could use it as a weapon.
It's only fair because after all, I did hide him from the. What?
What?
Where's Megan?
What? Are you serious? What? Wait, I didn't read that properly. A Muslim woman was denied a soda can because she could use it as a weapon. Okay, let me read this. Babe, I think you can say that name. What is that name?
Tahara Ahmed?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Tahara Ahmed?
Tahara Ahmed, an associate chaplain at Northwest University, was subjected to intense profiling on a United flight. Ahmed wrote on her Facebook, I am sitting on a United airline flight in the air 30,000 feet and above, and I am in tears of the humiliation from discrimination. The flight attendant asked me what I would like to drink, and I requested a can of Diet Coke. She brought me a can that was open, so I requested an open can due to hygienic reasons. Now, the flight attendant didn't want to give her an open can because she said, and I quote, "We don't want to give our passengers anything that could be used as a weapon." Now, that would have been fine if her colleague didn't just hand the passengers, the person sitting next to the passenger, an open can of beer. I mean, that's just.
What difference does it make if it's closed or open?
You know what? I have no idea. But apparently, these United guys, they always find a way to just be like the worst. Like literally, you could just give it. Like it makes no difference.
Yeah,
when it was
she
open,
could still use it as a weapon.
Yeah,
if
she wanted to, she could still use it as a weapon. You think like an open can? She'd be like, "Oh God, it's open.
I can't use it as a weapon anymore.
My plans are foiled. There's nothing I can do now.
To kill you.
I guess just drink the can of Coke, I guess."
Drink the can.
Yeah, drink the can of Coke. Well, I mean, yeah, that one, I mean, the first two, 50-50, but the rest of the story, like United, you guys just messed up. I think half of the issues that we just talked about today could have been avoided totally. Easily, but I guess, you know, that training video that every United passenger gets, you know?
Yeah.
The first training video.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that first training video that you get at United, man, must be a doozy.
Yourself.
Stewardess, please let me handle this.
Calm down. Now get back to your seat. I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Doctor, you want it on the phone.
I don't think they get a video.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Let's just do whatever you want.
Yeah. Pretty much. Well, from us at RnAbuzz, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.